Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking another look at the Lego Technic Monster Jam Dragon set. This is set number 42149. It has 217 pieces, and I paid $20 for this set. Now, I've already done a video kind of giving my review of the main model here, the Monster Jam Monster Truck type model, but this set is a 2-in-1. So if I look on the box here, we can see this 2-in-1 down there, and on the back we can see there is an alternate model of which the instructions can be found online. So in this video I'm going to be taking apart the main model here, and I'm going to be putting together the alternate model, which the box calls a Crocodile Buggy, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I take apart this monster truck and while I build that alternate model, I will speed the video up and then I'll slow it back down to review the alternate model for this set. So until then, enjoy! Okay, so that is this alternate build for the Monster Jam Monster Truck Dragon set. This is the Crocodile Buggy, and this is great. So when I did the Dalmatian one, I really loved the alternate build because it was like a race truck is what the box called it, and I loved how different it was from the main model, even though it is using the same parts, and in that case and in this case fewer parts than the main model, but we're able to express like such a different motif and such a different type of vehicle, and I really liked that about the Dalmatian alternate. This alternate is no different, and I might like this one more than that race truck. This is so different from the many other builds that I do. It reminds me of a that Mopar I think Chevy set in the Speed Champions line, and there's something so like fun about this kind of longer, extended out, low to the ground, narrow type of vehicle. I think the shaping on this is really cool. I love how they did this kind of this area here and then the overlapping of this panel there closing up on the side. Both of those sides is very well done, very cool. I love how this axle is kind of above the main base of structure of all these beams, so that this sits very low to the ground, but at the back it's not quite at the same levels, so there's a little bit of rake to this, a little bit of forward lean. I think the use for these kind of horn elements, like putting them through these bits at the back to kind of finish off the cab or like cockpit area of that is a really nice use of pieces and really inventive and very cool. So I loved putting that together. It makes use of the pullback function, which is excellent, and it feels really good to be able to do that. So I love that that was used, and this takes kind of a more primary role there, but is also covered up pretty well. I just love the shaping of this all the way around. It's just very different from the other model, which is great. Made use of the pieces with stickers as well, which is nice. I like these little spikes here, which I liked on the dragon one, but they really fit for this as well. Surprisingly, it doesn't use, well, these are all the pieces it doesn't use. So a couple extra panels here, a beam, a few axles, these kind of spring tube elements there. So actually, I think the Dalmatian alternate build, the race truck, used a higher percentage of the pieces than this one does, and that one even has more pieces in the set to begin with. So they really kind of went minimal on this one, but I think it's just kind of exactly where it needs to be. It doesn't feel like it needs any more pieces anywhere or is lacking anything. It's not lacking in stability. It's not lacking in detail. It's not lacking in bulk. So that's really, really cool, and I'm very, very impressed with this alternate build, which this one and the other one I think I like more than the monster truck build. Like, I like the monster trucks, they're very cool. I think it'd be cool to have several of them to play and smash into each other and stuff, and to display like a complete set of all these Monster Jam Technic sets. But there's also something very alluring in my mind about having all of those Monster Jam Technic sets, but having displayed like all of their alternate models, especially if they keep being as unique and diverse as I anticipate them being, because the race truck is very different from this buggy sort of vehicle. And if I get some of the other Monster Jams and they are still kind of like have alternate builds that are really, really unique, I think it'd be cool to say like, okay, all of these vehicles are monster truck sets, but these are the alternate builds, and they could vary very widely in their design and their vehicle type. So I really look forward to that. But I had a blast building this. This one's very straightforward, nothing too difficult in here. Maybe I'm getting better at Technic, but I thought it was very straightforward. There was something right at the beginning. The instructions had something wrong about them regarding these kind of like half beam pieces there that are doubled up, and some of the stuff on the first beam, it just they just were missing some pins in some of the pictures and stuff that they had shown earlier but then didn't show later, and it was just a small little thing. So occasionally you'll find occasionally one finds some errors or inconsistencies in a Lego instruction. Less common, really. I don't think it's very common at all, but occasionally it happens, and I think that's worthwhile pointing out. I don't have the instructions here to show you because I looked at the digital ones. We can see this does use the piece that I had to replace because I did not have the red one, so that's there. It's pretty well covered up though, so in this model, you can't really tell, so that's not actually a big deal, especially if I keep it in this model, although I still would like to get the correct piece. But for the Dragon Monster Jam truck, that piece is right on top holding the horn kind of elements here, and so that is very prominent and very noticeable. But here it's just on the bottom, and it's covered up kind of by the tire and by this panel and by that beam right above it, so hidden. So I lucked out there a little bit, but this really impressed me, and I think it's really great. So let me actually grab the race truck here. So like, look how different these look. They look different in size. They're just totally different vehicles, and I really love that about them. They have just totally different philosophies, and it's really neat to see, because the main model of these sets, the Monster Jam, for all they have some differences, but they're relatively minor. They're more in design, I think, than anything, as far as like being a dragon versus a dog versus something else. But these alternate builds just go very at least between these two, quite drastically. So I think that's really, really cool. And I love both of these. But in this set, this dragon one in particular is really, really quite good. So that's a big winner for me. And when I talk about value for these sets, like a 2-in-1 or like a 3-in-1 or something, but in these Technic sets, like there's the playability, there's also the build experience, and I think for 2-in-1s and 3-in-1s, you get a ton of build experience, which I value pretty highly, as well as display and play and all that other stuff. But the build experience is really important to me, and I love being able to build something, have it, play with it, take it apart, build something completely new with the same pieces. It's really inspiring to like show what can be done with piece constraints. So I think this is like, it could be great inspiration for any builders, myself or any other builders out there, to say like, not to be limited by what a main model might be, and there might be tons more possibilities with all the pieces in this set to really explore your creativity and explore the boundaries of designing a Lego set, and within the constraints of maybe like a vehicle with these parts here. But you can see how different the Lego designers were able to make things, and I think that's really, really inspiring to me. So I love this vehicle. I think it's really, really cool. So I'm very, very pleased with it, and I love this set, and I can't wait to get more of these Monster Jam sets. So I'm pretty excited for that. It's always nice to like discover a new line or a new theme or a new type of set that gets me excited, because that's not always the case. And these really hit a special mark for me, and I think they're good value for the money. So that was really, really fun, and I look forward to discovering all the rest of these Monster Jam 2-in-1 pullback monster truck sets in the Technic system. So very, very good. If you like this video, consider giving it a like, and if you like the other videos on my channel, please consider clicking on that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including some of the other Lego Technic Monster Jam sets. I will try to get some of those. I think some are retired, but some maybe have not yet. So I'm going to look into getting more of these, and then I'll have videos for the main monster truck model and the alternate builds. I'm going to do other Technic sets of various sizes and shapes, but then also just tons of other Lego sets from all different themes, all different sizes, shapes, price points, piece counts, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of those upcoming Lego videos. And if you want to support this channel, the best way to do that is at the Sobricks Patreon, which is patreon.com/SOBRICKS. And at the Patreon, for as little as $2 a month or $5 or $10 or whatever, you can get access to all my videos early. You can get access to like exclusive stuff over there, like a video I just did about the Bookshop modular. And I think for some of the bigger sets like Rivendell and the Ninjago City Gardens, I'm going to kind of maybe have those primarily like work in progress stuff on the Patreon. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, maybe try supporting me over there, and you also get your name on the end of my videos and kind of a credits for supporters. So every little bit helps, and I really, really appreciate it. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.